Episode 19: Mediums used in art. This episode contains descriptions of explicit content. Discretion is advised. In the Museum of Modern Art in New York, exactly on the second floor, there are to the date 12 large glass jars and 2 small ones, containing human hair and nails, respectively. It is the work of the artist Adrian Piper, What Will Become of Me, started in 1985 and still ongoing, adding jars from time to time, and the last jar will be the one containing the ashes of the artist after her death. There are 2 framed documents on each side of the jars. One recounts Piper's experiences as she started the project, and the other is a notarized statement outlining her intention to donate the work to the museum. In this way, as an Afro-American artist and a woman, 2 groups that have been marginalized throughout the history of art, she inserts herself into the museum's collection. When it comes to art, the materials used are varied, endless, and in many cases, surprising. From commonly used materials such as acrylic paint to unusual media such as human hair and nails, chicken bones, blood, textiles, pigments, elephant dung, fire, and all kinds of substances you can imagine, art has appropriated, reused, used, and reconfigured a series of unimaginable materials, tools, or mediums throughout history. My name is Rebecca Navarro. For the past 5 years, I lived in New York City, studying contemporary art and working in museums like MoMA, visiting exhibits and galleries, auction houses, and giving art tours. I had the opportunity to meet many artists and to see wonderful works, to witness the art market. In this space, I want to share with you information, biographies, works, interviews, and much more in an attempt to make exclusive art inclusive. Come with me. When you go to a museum, the information you typically find on the label on the wall is the artist's name, the artwork's title, the date, and the medium of the artwork. The medium refers to the material or materials the artist used to create their work. For painting, the most traditional mediums are oil painting, acrylic, watercolor, wash, tempera. For drawing, you can find pastels, charcoal, ink, graphite, etc. The most common mediums for sculpture are marble, bronze, glass, wood, clay, terracotta, ivory, resin, rock, and many others. Another artistic genre is photography. It has used a variety of materials or mediums depending on the process used. For example, daguerreotypes used or use a copper plate coated with a layer of silver. These are hardly made today anymore due to their toxicity, but some still develop them. Cyanotypes use iron salts to form images on paper, and there are many other materials used in photography. There has always been an artist who rebels against the academy, right? That is, against what is already established. It could be said for the mid-20th century, and probably earlier, where there were already artists who experimented with unusual materials and sought to break with normality to create art. In this sense, it is important to mention some genres that have used less common mediums, such as installations, textile art, performance art, digital art, and ephemeral art. Let's talk a little bit about them, shall we? Installations are a 3-dimensional artistic genre that, unlike a sculpture, transforms an entire space and its atmosphere. It uses any type of medium to achieve this goal. A very clear example is Yayoi Kusama's infinity mirror installations. I talked about Yayoi Kusama in episode number 4 in English and 3 in Spanish if you're interested in listening to it. There's also Judith Chicago's famous installation called The Dinner Party from 1979. Textile art focuses on using any type of textile as a medium, such as weaving, embroidery, crochet, and fabric. An example of a textile artist is Jessica Elena Aquino, who uses textiles and ephemeral materials like plants and flowers to create her works. You can listen to episode 6 to hear the interview I conducted with her on the podcast. Performance art is another artistic genre in which the artist or artists create through actions performed by themselves or their participants, and they can be live or recorded, spontaneous or guided. In digital art, artists use tools such as tablets, computer software, and mobile applications to create digital illustrations, paintings, animations, and interactive artworks. Digital art also includes virtual reality and augmented reality experiences. Many artists have even used organic mediums that decompose over time, such as blood, hair, plants and herbs, and even bodily fluids, giving room to ephemeral art and posing new challenges for art conservators. We can also find works of mixed media, which combine more than one medium in a single artwork, or photographs that function as documentation of installations or performances to be appreciated after they have occurred. And there are many examples of works that use interesting mediums. Remedios Varo used chicken, turkey, and fish bones as a medium to create her sculpture, Homo Rodans, in 1958. Cuban-American artist Ana Mendieta used chicken blood, plants, fire, and even her own body to create many of her installations. I will talk about her in upcoming episodes. Mexican artist Teresa Margolles used fabric soaked in blood, collected from places where murders occurred for her artwork Narcomensajes from 2009, exhibited at the 53rd Venice Biennial. She embroidered with gold thread during the biennial, gradually quoting the messages that hitmen placed on the bodies of their victims. English artist Chris O'Feely used acrylic, oil, polyester resin, paper, pins, and elephant dung for his artwork, The Holy Virgin Mary, from 1996. This is a clear example of mixed media used in a single artwork. Chinese artist Shang Huan, for his artwork, My New York, from 2002, created a suit made of raw meat. Yes, you heard that right. A suit made of raw meat for the Whitney Museum Biennial. I will include all the names and artworks in the episode notes so you can see the images of each of the mentioned artworks, which are impressive. And the list goes on. After all, art has been evolving and reinventing itself throughout human history. What do you think would happen if there weren't artists who go against the use of common mediums? Through the use and discovery of new mediums, artistic genres have evolved. I would like to hear from you. Leave me your comments and opinions, and let me know if you would like me to talk about any of the topics or artists mentioned in this episode. Thanks for making it to the end of this episode. This bilingual podcast is produced and researched by me, Rebecca Navarro. If you like it, subscribe to your preferred platform. You can comment, rate, and share it. You can also follow Inclusive Art, Arte Inclusive on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or email me at arteinclusivopodcast@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening, and let's make exclusive art inclusive.